I built a system that grows with my life, not just with my business, and it's probably the smartest thing I've ever done. But most people build backwards. They buy tools, stack subscriptions, follow trends, and end up managing chaos instead of building momentum. When I hit my breaking point, managing clients, side projects, personal tasks, even health goals, I realized something had to change. I didn't want to just get more done. I wanted every system I touched to evolve with me, not become another thing I had to fix 6 months later. That's why this isn't a top 5 tools video. I'm not here to push affiliate links. I don't make a cent if you try the tools I mention. I'm only going to share what actually works and what I've personally used to build a system that scales with my goals. But here's the twist. There's one concept most people completely ignore when building their workflow, and it's the one thing that makes or breaks whether your system grows with you. I'll explain that in just a minute. The first shift I made was designing around friction, not features. I stopped chasing feature-rich tools and started optimizing for flow. For me, that meant shifting from complicated project management apps to simpler building blocks like Notion, synced with automation via Make and Zapier. I used to spend hours inside my tools. Now they run silently in the background. The system isn't louder than the work. Then I layered in decision velocity. Every time I had to stop and think, where does this go? Or, how do I process this? It broke momentum. So I created universal containers. One inbox for everything, one capture point for ideas, one dashboard that runs my week. Everything filters through that. Whether it's a new opportunity, a client task, or a book I want to read, it flows through the same pipeline. I also future-proofed it by building modularly. My system isn't a tower, it's Lego. If I outgrow a tool, I swap it without breaking the whole setup. That's how I went from Trello to Notion, and now from Notion to a mix of Tana and Height.dev. Every move was deliberate, and my structure didn't collapse once. Because the logic is portable, not the platform. Here's the part most people miss, and the reason their systems fail. They build for their current identity, not their evolving one. I built mine with who I want to be in mind. That changed everything. I wasn't building a to-do list. I was building an operating system for the future version of me. And finally, I made my system self-healing. Weekly reviews, auto-generated dashboards, metrics that surface friction points, all automated. It tells me where it's breaking before. I feel it in my day-to-day. The reason I'm telling you all this? Because we live in a time where software should serve you, not the other way around. And most of the content out there just throws tools at you, hoping something sticks. But I've built this system while juggling 6-figure client work, content creation, team hires, and personal growth. So this isn't theory. I'm going to leave you with this. If your systems don't reduce decision fatigue, amplify your focus, and evolve as your goals do, then you don't have a system. You have a time bomb. And remember that concept I mentioned earlier? The one most people ignore? It's identity-based design. Build for who you're becoming, not just what you're doing now. That's the difference between a system that dies in 6 months and one that becomes your edge for life. If this gave you value, consider subscribing. That's the best way to support content that's not incentivized by affiliate commissions or brand deals. Just honest, battle-tested insight.